Welcome to the Better Two podcast. I'm your host, Donna. Today's guest, well, it's me. And this is going to kind of act as our anniversary episode. So, this is 4 years we've been doing this. But the real reason for this episode is because, well, in Amanda's episode, we talked about a lot of things. I talked about a lot of personal things. And I guess I just wanted to give you guys somewhat of an update. So, firstly, I wanted to talk about my dad, the dad situation, because in that episode, I talked about how I didn't think my dad would be there. And my dad has actually, with the cancer diagnosis, granted, he has not come up here to see me, and that's okay. But he has texted me almost every day. He's always trying to cheer me on. And he actually, it's kind of funny because sometimes we get exactly what we need. And he has done that. He's made some kind of comments in his text messages, like, I do really do love you. Okay, maybe my stepmom told him that I had this issue. I don't know. But him saying those things and him being supportive and trying to make sure that I'm okay and trying to be a real dad as best as he can for the first time in I can't tell you how many years is exactly what I needed. I needed that relationship repaired. And I didn't think it could ever be repaired. Now, do I still think that this may just go poof one day? Yes. But the thing is, I've gotten what I needed from him. He's provided me with the support and with the love and the compassion and the caring that you want. And so I've gotten that. And I'm grateful for it. The other thing, when I recorded that episode, I think I was diagnosed maybe 3 or 4 days before we recorded. And Amanda had asked me at the time, she goes, "Do you want to record this episode? Are you sure?" Because we have been talking about doing a grief episode for quite a long time. And we had not actually really delved into it. But something said, I told her, I said, "Yeah, I want to do it. I want to do it." And I knew that I would be emotional. And at the end of that episode, I did get emotional. And recording this, I did have the surgery. I made it through the surgery, and it was my other health concerns that I was concerned about, but everything worked out. I made it through the surgery, and today I talked to the surgeon, and there was only one little issue that was in a lymph node that I will have to have chemotherapy. So part of the reason I guess I'm recording this too is because I know that some of you guys are curious about what happened, and these are the facts. So I will have to have chemotherapy, and chemotherapy, it's not that, I mean, I shouldn't say it's not that big a deal because I have not been through it, but my dose, from what I understand, I'm gonna have to go once every 3 weeks for six treatments. So it could be a lot worse. So I know that that is minor. And yes, of course, there could be the hair loss, but it's not all that great anyway. So does that mean I'm going to stop doing this? No, it doesn't. And so if suddenly, you log into the podcast and you're watching on YouTube or whatever, and I'm wearing a scarf or my hair is even less than it is now, you know why? Because chemo has taken it. And that's okay because honestly, if it means me living, that's more important than the vanity of my hair. The hair will eventually grow back, maybe. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. Then I deal with it. But I'd rather be able to live my life. And is it 100% guarantee that the cancer won't come back? No. Is it a partial guarantee, a 75% chance that it won't come back? Yes. So that in itself is a blessing. So those are the things I really wanted to cover. And I mean, it's going to be a battle. And I'm okay with that. I'm willing to keep going. And I had just finished a podcast and I was talking to a gentleman and he said to me, he goes, "Well, I think you found your purpose." And part of that purpose is this, is doing the podcast. So some of you guys might think it's too much information and I apologize, but I felt that I wanted clarification because in the past 3 months or 2 months, some of that stuff in that episode has changed a bit. But let's get on to some fun stuff. So, coming up, you're gonna be like, okay. So it'll be a while before you see me without any hair because I have a bunch of podcasts already done that we are gonna be putting out. And the first, next week we have Sherry Rowe, And I'm also putting out an episode by Michael John Ferrari. Both of them are singers. Sherry has been on the show before. She is an absolute delight. If you watch NASCAR recently, she sang the national anthem, and she's a powerhouse. She's got a lot going on, and we talk in that episode about all sorts of different things. Michael is an award-winning singer and gospel singer, and he's got a story to tell as well. The next guest after that is Ray Rodlin. And Ray is a publicist who I took a chance at sending an email to him regarding one of his clients. And that was last August or last September. No, August, July or August. And that's what started the relationship. And I'm glad it did because he is an awesome guy. He has helped me get some incredible guests. And we sit down in this episode and we talk about him, which he is very much a person that likes to be behind the cameras, or behind the talent. But the fact of the matter is, Ray is kind of an amazing person. He's got some great stories. We talk about how he used to be Britney Spears' publicist early on. We talk about him interviewing some people like Kurt Cobain. We talk about his love for U2 and how he has a wonderful U2 story about when he was the um, the publicist for PJ Harvey and some concert tickets. So that's rather amusing. And he's just a really all around good guy. So you definitely should check that episode out. Then we have Julie Brill, which Julie Brill wrote about a book about the Holocaust. It's a family story, and she actually traveled back to the location of where her grandfather was with him and let him experience it again. I mean, not necessarily the Holocaust, but share his story. So that's kind of a very moving episode. Then we have Chris Berardo, who is a singer, and we talk about music. We talk about music changes. And then we have a family band called Sure Junior. And while the name sounds funny, it is an homage to their father. The drummer had the same name as dad, and he was Junior. So anytime he would ask him something, it would be like, "Sure, Junior." And then we have, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with this or not, but if you watch Stranger Things, it kind of had a resurgence. There was the Neverending Story, that song that had a resurgence. There was Too Shy by Kaja Gugu that had a resurgence. And I remember both from being a teenager, but they've kind of come back in popularity. And their singer was Lamal, and he has a brand new song out called Horse with No Name. And yes, I had the pleasure of sitting down with Lamal and doing a wonderful interview with him. So he's coming up. We have Robert Schreiner, who wrote a military thriller book. Clem Schneid is coming on, and I'll be talking to one of the members there. And that should be an interesting conversation. Then we have Leonard Goldberg, who wrote a book about Sherlock Holmes. He's continuing the mysteries. And then I have the pleasure of talking to Don Cusick, who is a music historian who released a book on Chet Atkins, and then singer Laura Sawasco, who we talk a lot about family, about coming out, about living her truth, and running the family business on a certain island up in Wisconsin. So, and that's not all. We will have more. And like I said, you will see most likely the progression of my hair going bye-bye. And it's funny because I've always been like, oh my gosh, I don't want to lose any more hair. Well, that's the way it's going to be. And you know, that's okay. It's okay because I can still talk and I can still enjoy doing this. And I hope you guys enjoyed coming on this journey with me. And the people that have been with me since the beginning, I so appreciate you. I so appreciate you being here with me. And I thank you for being here with me. And the new people that have joined, hi, welcome, and come on down and join the party. So whenever you're listening, yeah, I'm not going to have Rich do the audio. This is just a wing it. I taped this with my phone. We're winging it. There's no audio, no edit, no Fast Susie. But I thank Fast Susie for giving me the song to use in the intro and the outro. I thank Rich Zai because without Rich Zai providing me with a microphone and the tuner, this wouldn't be happening. So I thank them so very, very much. I thank you guys so very, very much. I thank Ray for helping me get my guests and other people that I've worked with. And I just appreciate you all. So, on that note, I thank you for whenever you're listening, morning, noon, or night. Have a great day, and I will catch you next time, guys. Bye.